God. How many times do BioWare protagonists fall straight on their ass?
Where did we fall?
I don't know, but I feel like...
What? So we, fell through the ground? Or what? We're in a cavern of some sort.
So we fell straight on our ass. I guess we, broke our butt, but magicked our way out of it.
And now we'll just sassily walk away.
Like a badass. She's by herself, but she's like, oh god, it's still...
God, it's just
cool!
Must be a badass! No one here to see it!
I know, but I'll know! Oh, now she's starting to walk like, oh god. Right on the veg.
Oh god.
I need a spirit healer. Ugh.
Ooh.
One down!
You have gained the Mark of the Rift. Okay. So, the Mark of the Rift is, crazy awesome. Bam! Isn't that badass?
What does it do?
You gain a focus. You gain focus, as you're fighting through, different, you build up focus as you're doing combos and hurting enemies, and then once it goes full, you can do those, fully, that big green ball I just did.
Yeah.
So it does an AoE attack, basically.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Sweet. Looks like we just wandered out into the Arctic. That's nice.
We're gonna totally make it.
Yeah.
And then she died on her way.
There's fire on a cart. This is kind of terrifying.
It's one of those levels despair, despair. Fuck am I? That's what she's thinking.
Seriously.
Weary sigh.
Weary sighs.
It sounds like she's having sex, but...
Over and over again. It's almost like she's bored.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
so bored of...
God, you're really bad at this, but oh yes. Yes.
Oh, just get off me.
Keep doing that.
Yeah.
Keep doing that.
Okay. We're struggling. It's cold.
I remember talking to this guy one time who seemed really surprised that women faked orgasms. It was like, women actually do that? And I was like, oh my god.
Don't say
It's like, I don't know what to say.
No, they don't. Never.
Don't worry about it.
Don't think about it or have nightmares about it. Just...
Embers. Recent?
So many guys are listening to this right now oh no.
Oh no.
Alright.
Really thick snow, huh? We get it.
She's not dressed for this either.
No, not at all.
So she's not wearing a dress.
Yeah.
There! It's her!
Thank the Maker!
Yay!
Oh, yay! We get to be saved by Prince Charming, but we also did something really badass first, so then it's not it's okay.
Whoa!
What would you have me tell them? This isn't what we asked them to do.
We cannot simply ignore this. We must find a way.
And who put you in charge? We need a consensus or we have nothing.
Please, we must use reason. Without the infrastructure of the Inquisition, we're
I
hollow.
can't come from nowhere.
She didn't say it could.
Enough! This is getting us nowhere.
Well, we're agreed on that much.
Shh. You need rest.
They've been at it for hours.
They have that luxury thanks to you. The enemy could not follow, and with time to doubt, we turn to blame. Infighting may threaten as much as this Corypheus.
Do we know where Corypheus and his forces are?
We are not sure where we are, which may be why, despite the numbers he still commands, there is no sign of him. That, or you are believed dead. Or without Haven, we are thought helpless. Or he girds for another attack. I cannot claim to know the mind of that creature, only his effect on us.
Well,
Yeah. I should help plan.
If they're arguing about what we do next, I need to be there.
Another heated voice won't help. Even yours. Perhaps especially yours. Our leaders struggle because of what we survivors witnessed. We saw our defender stand and fall. And now we have seen her return. The more the enemy is beyond us, the more miraculous your actions appear, and the more our trials seem ordained. That is hard to accept, no? What we have been called to endure, what we perhaps must come to believe.
I guess.
Well, let's investigate.
Yeah.
I escaped the avalanche. Barely, perhaps, but I didn't die.
Of course, and the dead cannot return from across the veil. But the people know what they saw. Or perhaps what they needed to see. The Maker works both in the moment and in how it is remembered. Can we truly know the heavens are not with us?
There's a... Okay, just to let you know, the path of saying I don't believe and, like, I'm not the chosen one is completely legit, and that's the one I like the most.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to do religion.
I think that's weird.
Yeah, so...
Well, because I also believe it's weird to come out and say, like, even if you believe
I'm
it,
the
to be
prophet.
like, I'm holy and I'm a prophet, like, all bow to me, even when she doesn't really know what's going on.
And
like,
also, we're a Dalish elf, and so that's kind of like, you know, like, suddenly be like, anyway, so I'm the Maker's guy, even though you grew up with, like, Dalish gods.
Yeah.
So...
You saw Corypheus. What do you think of his claims of assaulting the heavens?
Scripture says magisters, divinity servants of false-old gods, entered the Fade to reach the Golden City, seat of the Maker. For their crime, they were cast out as darkspawn. Their hubris is why we suffer blight, and why the Maker turned from us. If such is the claim of this Corypheus, he is a monster beyond imagining. All mankind continues to suffer for that sin. If even a shred of it is true, all the more reason Andraste would choose someone to rise against him.
Well...
Whatever the rest of you say, I felt no divine aid at the Conclave or Haven. The struggle ahead seems mine alone.
Wouldn't everybody be cold?
It's a video game. Apparently everyone can be everywhere and be fine.
Shadows fall and hope has fled. Still your heart, the dawn will come. The night is long and the path is dark. Look to the sky, for one day soon the dawn will come. The shepherd's lost, and his home is far. Keep to the stars, the Faith may have yet to find you, but it has already found them.
A word.
Were they singing for you? Like, he's like, excuse me, can I talk to you?
That was ridiculous.
Pretty sure you're an elf, first of all.
The humans have not raised one of our people so high for ages beyond counting. Her faith is hard-won, Leliana, worthy of pride, save one detail. The threat Corypheus wields. The orb he carried. It is ours. Corypheus used the orb to open the breach. Unlocking it must have caused the explosion that destroyed the Conclave. We must find out how he survived. And we must prepare for their reaction when they learn the orb is of our people.
Oh, dear.
All right. What is it and how do you know about it?
Such things were foci, said to channel power from our gods. Some were dedicated to specific members of our pantheon. All that remains are references in ruins, and faint visions of memory in the Fade, echoes of a dead empire. But however Corypheus came to it, the orb is elven, and with it, he threatens the heart of human faith.
They'll blame us eventually.
Probably.
Even if we defeat Corypheus, eventually they'll find a way to blame elves.
I suspect you are correct. It is unfortunate, but we must be above suspicion to be seen as valued allies. Faith in you is shaping this moment, but needs room to grow.
I love that there's completely different options for you to say depending on what race you did, because for the humans, that conversation played completely differently.
By attacking the Inquisition, Corypheus has changed it. Changed you. Scout to the north. Be their guide.
Like Moses through the desert.
There is a place that waits for a force to hold it. There is a place where the Inquisition can build, grow.
That's ours, Stacy.
Yeah!
That's ours.
Oh, we just got a sweet castle!
We got a castle!
We got a castle!
Welcome to Dragon Age Cribs! This is my house!
Crypts of Dragon Age. Check it out, everybody! This is my sweet ass crib! This is my stable. It's got like 1,000 horses. Yeah.
Like, closes up on, like, different horses. Mad beats in the background. This is our kitchen. We got a bunch of crystal.
Got my sweet ass pajamas. I'm gonna go do some diplomacy.
They're designer pajamas, Stacy.
They're diplomacy pajamas, okay?
They arrive daily from every settlement in the region. Skyhold is becoming a pilgrimage. If word has reached these people, it will have reached the Elder One. We have the walls and numbers to put up a fight here, but this threat is far beyond the war we anticipated. But we now know what allowed you to stand against Corypheus. What drew him to you?
He's insane.
Who cares? Puckish Rogue, let's go.
Yeah, let's do it.
Why should I care why he's after me? He's a monster. Mad.
You should care because he sees in you what we all see, and it has nothing to do with the mark on your hand. Your decisions let us heal the sky. Your determination brought us out of Haven. You are the creature's rival because of what you did. And we know it. All of us. The Inquisition requires a leader. The one who has already been leading it.
Guys, put him in my pajamas!
You didn't tell me this.
Guys!
Oh my god, put clothes on.
Can't make a speech?
You.
But I'm not human.
You're offering this to an elf? Are you quite sure you know what you're doing?
I would be terrified handing this power to anyone. But I believe it is the only way. They'll follow you. To them, being an elf shows how far you've risen, how it must have been by Andraste's hand. What it means to
don't
you,
give me credit.
how you lead us, that is for you alone to determine.
Sweet! Look at her tiny little hand.
An elf will stand for us all.
Yes.
I will lead us against Corypheus, and I will be an ambassador. I'm an elf standing for Thedas. The Inquisition is for all.
Wherever you lead us. Have our people been told?
They have. And soon, the world.
Commander, will they follow?
Inquisition, will you follow? Will you fight? Will we triumph? Your leader, your herald, your Inquisitor!
Thanks for being my MC, Cullen.
Yeah, right? And now, for the first time this evening, your Inquisitor!
Dun, 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 dun.
Y'all ready for this Inquisitation? You ready? Woo-hoo!
This is so fucking cool. Oh my god.
We're such badass.
So this is where it begins.
It began in the courtyard. This is where we turned that promise into action.
But what do we do? We know nothing about this Corypheus except that he wanted your mark.
Corypheus wants to restore Tevinter. Is this a prelude to war with the Imperium?
I get the feeling we're dealing with extremists, not the vanguard of a true invasion.
Tevinter is not the Imperium of 1,000 years ago. What Corypheus yearns to restore no longer exists. Though they would shed no tears if the South fell to chaos, I'm certain.
Makes sense.
Corypheus said he wanted to enter the Black City, that this would make him a god.
He is willing to tear this world apart to reach the next. It won't matter if he's wrong.
What if he's not wrong? If he finds some other way into the Fade?
Then he gains the power he seeks, or unleashes catastrophe on us all.
Could his dragon really be an archdemon? What would that mean?
It would mean the beginning of another blight.
We've seen no darkspawn other than Corypheus himself. Perhaps it's not an archdemon at all, but something different?
Whatever it is, it's dangerous. Commanding such a creature gives Corypheus an advantage we can't ignore.
Are we safe here?
Could he strike at us here? We can't have a repeat of what happened at Haven.
Skyhold has the bones to withstand Corypheus. After what you did with one trebuchet, I'd bet against direct attack.
We do have one advantage. We know what Corypheus intends to do next. In that strange future you experienced, Empress Celine had been assassinated.
Imagine the chaos her death would cause. With his army.
An army he'll bolster with a massive force of demons, or so the future tells us.
Corypheus could conquer the entire south of Thedas, god or no god.
I'd feel better if we knew more about what we were dealing with.
I know someone who can help with that. Everyone acting all inspirational jogged my memory, so I sent a message to an old friend. She's crossed paths with Corypheus before and may know more about what he's doing. She can help.
I swear to God, his shirt is more unbuttoned every time we see him.
He's like, all right.
It's like 3 buttons and then 5 buttons and then now it's down in his belly button.
I hate that I'm like, well, I don't hate it, but it's like, he's so like swarmy, but then I'm like, but maybe.
I know.
I'm like, but maybe.
That's how I feel too. I'm like, but he is kind of cool.
I mean, but like he's kind of like gross, but it's also at the same time I'm like, I bet he's like really gross in bed. You know what I mean? Like he's like he does like all the stuff, even
all,
if
like all the stuff.
And you say something
and
really
he wouldn't make you feel guilty about it either.
Yeah, he'd be
like, oh yeah, baby, we can do that if you want.
Or like you say something super gross, and he's like, yeah, I've done that.
It's super sweet.
I'm always looking for new allies. Introduce me.
Parading around might cause a fuss. It's better for you to meet privately, on the battlements. Trust me, it's complicated.
Who could it be, Stacy?
Bronco?
Well, then, we stand ready to move on both of these concerns.
On your order, Inquisitor.
I know one thing. If Varric has brought who I think he has, Cassandra is going to kill him.
Bronca's dead.
That's right.
Yeah, I killed her.
This
so.
is the
Oh,
Inquisition.
okay.
A dusty old ruin filled with battered soldiers.
If you shut your mouth and open your eyes, you'd see that the Inquisition is our one hope.
Okay, so I know this all looks like complete balls right now. Well, it kind of looks cool because it's great graphics, but like, you know, everything's all messed up. But as you play the game and collect resources and stuff, you can actually decorate it with like different curtains, statues, everything's all fixed up.
Oh my god, we get to be an interior decorator!
And there's a ton of different thrones. So
that looks kind of weird.
Oh, no, just trust.
Just trust.
I'm gonna choose the Dragon Maw throne because it's a dragon head.
Oh, totally.
Guys, I'm lost. When you first get in here, it's really big, so it's easy to get lost, but you guys will get used to it if you're playing yourself.
Nice. This is way cooler.
Yeah. Got some sort of like tree bench.
Not in some chantry back room.
You can have your meetings in the church basement if you want.
Can you arrange what we discussed earlier, Ambassador?
I found the money. The Inquisition will compensate the families of those we lost at Haven.
Thank you.
I've made some inquiries into the Imperial Court. The sooner we deal with the threats to the Empress, the better. The political situation in the Empire is dangerously unstable. It will complicate matters.
Everything in the Empire complicates matters. It's the Orlesian national pastime.
Turn your nose up at the grand game if you like, Commander, but we play for the highest stakes, and to the death.
The Court's disapproval can be as great a threat as the Venatori. We must be vigilant to avert disaster.
Would we not want to, like, of course we want to save her, right?
Yes, she sounds pretty cool, so...
Don't worry, Josephine. We'll protect the Empress no matter what.
I pray you're right. If your vision of the future comes to pass, the death of the Empress heralds the destruction of everything. Orlais holds Tevinter at bay. All of Thedas could be lost if the Empire falls to Corypheus. Celine is holding peace talks under the auspices of a grand masquerade. Every power in Orlais will be there. It's the perfect place for an assassin to hide.
Just tell her what's up.
Yeah.
Does Celine know about the threats against her? Can we send word?
I've sent messages to the Empress, but it's impossible to know if she's received them. I'll arrange for an invitation at your discretion, Inquisitor.
privileged to the Wardens. All we hear is that this is one of the great Grey Warden's secrets. It must be protected at all costs. As usual, we're most concerned with deceiving our own people. But why hide that the deep roads were shaped not only by the dwarves, but also by us? I found records dating back to 1004 TE, the wake of the First Blight. Early Wardens discovered that some Darkspawn could think and speak and commanded portions of the Horde even after the Archdemon's death. A few could wield magic with the skill of a Tevinter Magister, and the Wardens greatly feared them. It was here, in the Vimark Mountains, that Warden Sashamiri set her trap to capture and study the greatest of these creatures, the one whom they call Corypheus.